I'm kind of done with this. It's vlog day 754. Can I go home now?
Good morning. It's Thursday, which normally would mean that today's French Friday, but today means that it's Thursday. What is this? I'm just getting ready for Ruben to show up. I'm gonna pick him up at the, well, not a train station. I'm gonna pick him up later. We'll figure this out. But starting again tomorrow, we'll be back on the road, actually filming out and about. So if you've been waiting for the magic to resume, the magic is about to resume. Also, who was it that somebody said that they wanted that to blink? It can flash. This is much more interesting. The flashing, like blinking, it's not exactly what you were thinking, I don't think. It's not that nice. Today I wanted to talk about where I'm hoping to go in the future. What does the future look like of the vlog, life, just kind of thinking ahead as we transition out of season 2 into season 3, moving into an entirely new season of vlogging, and as I try to, think through what does this look like, what does it mean, what does it feel like? Yeah, what do I want to end up with in the next year? Dream-wise, hope-wise, reality-wise, I think there's a number of ways we can take this. Obviously, when we were talking about Agner's box, not that recently, not that long ago, fairly recent, just a few days ago, one of the big things that I want to make sure within the next season of the vlog is to kickstart and sell Agner's box. I think we'll see if we do it through Kickstarter or not. I feel like a Kickstarter might as well. I'm just really excited to kind of simplify what we did with couriers, bring it down a notch. I sent all those couriers posters today, by the way, so if you are waiting on something that looks like this, it's in the mail. If you're a European, the Americans and Canadians should have already gotten there. So hopefully it gets there to you by Tuesday is what the guy said. It was a whole process. I can talk to you about shipping stuff later, but I want to kickstart Agner's box. That'd be huge, just have that out the door. There are a couple of other books that I would like to have time to write and to figure out. I am working on my own guide to Paris because I keep getting asked so many questions. I get asked the same questions about what to do, how to get to Paris, what to do when you're here, where to eat, where to stay, all those things. I think I'm just making my own little PDF ebook that we can sell. So when people ask me the same questions over and over again, we can just be like, go, it's all here, go to get this thing. Because I'm definitely doing a lot of that. But that's one small thing that I want to do soon. But in the next year, talking about writing a nonfiction book about my experience moving to Paris, figuring out what the scope of that looks like and writing a book for you about that, as well as writing the second Courier's book. I need to get on top of that. And just finding regular time. I want, within the next season of my vlog, I want to build regular time into my day to spend writing. I think that that's really, really invaluable. I want to make sure that I'm putting a couple hours of writing time in every day, if not, well, close to every day, at least, if not every day. So that's really, really important to me to make sure that within this season, I build more time. Now that I have more time, now that I'm able to spend more time vlogging, and also spend some more time writing. And that's really, really important to me. As Ruben gets here, which is really exciting today because I'm looking forward to seeing Ruben, I want to spend more time traveling to see friends. I talked about how I'm really done with the solo travel. Solo travel is not a bad thing. It can be fun. It can be really, really nice. But I do want to go see friends. I have friends scattered all over the world and I miss them terribly and I want to spend more time with them. And so I do want to continue to explore, but I also want to spend some time going and seeing friends. And so I think some of the travel vlogging that's going to come out of the next year, I hope is geared more towards me just going and catching up with people that I love that I haven't seen in a while. I think that'd be really, really good. I'm kind of circling around in things. I have some notes and we're going to jumble around a little bit, but along with the having time to write and becoming full-time creative, I'm getting much closer. For those of you who have noted, I am basically full-time at this now, which is really, really nice. But I'm defining that really more as if I got kicked out of here tomorrow, could I afford to pay rent? That's when I'm considering myself full-time. Am I fully self-sufficient if I don't have the help of the wonderful people directly in my life right now? And not quite there yet. So we're getting there, getting very, very close, but I think that we'll get there soon, and it would be great if within this season of the vlog we get to a place where I'm actually very comfortably full-time. Not just, full-time in the sense that I'm okay, but full-time in the sense that I can buy some things that I would like to, upgrade my lifestyle a little bit, give some more money away, and then reinvest it. The most important thing for me is to reinvest what I'm making into the vlog, as I already do, but on a higher level as well, because one of the other goals I have for this year is to be able to hire a small staff of people. I'm in talks with a couple of people about coming on as an assistant, talking about some different opportunities and projects and ongoing things that I really need help with. And obviously talking with Richard about setting up some structure and trying to really figure out how do we take what's going on, all the good stuff that's happening, and grow it into something that doesn't just benefit me as far as being able to live and benefit you as far as being able to just enjoy whatever the heck's going on, but that could also benefit some people around us, like Kushan or Sonia or others who would like to share what they've got going on, share their illustrations, photography, whatever. How do we build something that's just, I don't know, bigger and more fun and cool? And I don't know. We're thinking through that, but I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like. And I'm really looking forward to having an assistant, at least, if not more staff, because I have another notebook where I've written down like pages of all of the projects and ongoing tasks, all the stuff that could be done if only I had 83 hours in a day, or, you know, a couple of staff members would be great. I could definitely use a lot of help. I just can't afford that help yet. So that's a huge goal for me this year, is to get to a place where I can actually afford help. I'm obviously looking forward to getting the chateau finished, right? Getting my little low ceiling in here from my bed would be great. And completing that, I'm hoping by the time fall really settles in, we have some really good forward motion. I want to have a cozy place when it's cold outside. I want to have a nice comfortable place to read. I also look forward to having a desk that's at a reasonable height with a chair that's reasonably comfortable and make working better. And one of the other things that I want to do, I've talked about this a little bit, but not that much, is I would like to start streaming this year. Not just the live streaming as far as editing and wandering around Paris, but I want to start like either probably on Twitch, gaming a lot, because I used to play some video games. I haven't played a lot of video games in years. I'm not a good gamer anymore. I'm way out of loop. But I kind of want to jump in and play some games that I missed out on that I really wish I would have gotten a chance to play. And the only way that I'm ever going to give myself the time to really play is if I share that. If I make a commitment to you to share that experience. And for those of you who like to watch streaming or just want to hang out more, like you like the live editing, you want to hang out there, I'm planning to get a couch in here like we've discussed, put a big, really super flat TV on the wall, and then play some video games. Invite some friends over from time to time, play games, chat with you. I think it'd just be a lot of fun. That's something I really want to do. I've been craving the time and the freedom to play some video games just to relax for the better part of a couple of years now, and I think that's a good way to carve it out. And then that part of my brain that's like, you got to be doing something productive right now can also kind of settle down a little bit, so you can have fun, be social, and be productive all at the same time. It's killing three birds with one video game controller. I think it's a pretty set way to go. I also plan to, like, on the green screen side of things, I can put like a little roller thing that comes down. I really hope that's not annoying, by the way. Like, I just left it and forgot that it was doing that. But please do subscribe. I want to put like a green screen roller behind the couch so we could like actually green screen into the games pretty easily. Prishan's gonna help me with the lighting setup. We're gonna have a lot of fun setting this place up when the time comes. So be ready for that. And then finally, one of those things that this again is out of my control, and it's on the goal board or the goal map, but it's one of those things that I can't directly control, and I'm not that worried about, but I feel like is a good thing to put out there. I would love to be, within this season, up to 100,000 subscribers. I think that's insane. Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? I don't know. So it'd be really cool to get there, and largely because I just want to be able to share what I'm doing with more people. That's the beauty of art. But also because as that grows, as we all grow together, then it enables us to do more cool stuff, more fun stuff, the bigger it gets. Whether that's with books or the vlog, travel, writing, gaming, sleeping more often, whatever it is, it becomes more doable, more possible with more people. So that's the reason I put it up there, but that's like a hope. I'd love to see that happen within this year. It's definitely not a real goal because there are goals that I can set out, there's work that I can do that can encourage that growth, but I'm also, one of the things that I'm struggling with, and this is something that I thought I would share too, is that as things grow, it becomes harder and harder to really stay on top of all the communication, to be able to talk to people, to keep names straight, and to really, try to maintain that level of communication. And I did actually inject myself into a conversation in comments a few days ago, not very long ago, where things got a little bit heated, and there was one particular person that just seemed to be really like combative and like just wanting to make their point and wasn't reading the room, wasn't seeing that like nobody really wanted to have that conversation. And one other person in that conversation did say one thing that was maybe a little bit out of line, or maybe just like a little bit, whatever. But I just kind of stepped in and was like, hey, this is not cool. And immediately just kind of suffered the backlash from, I actually got comments that got caught by the spam filter, weirdly enough, but just like telling me like they didn't appreciate that I was stepping in. And so there's this weird level of like confusion. The reason that I stepped in was because I don't, like, it's okay if people they disagree with each other. And as long as discussions remain civil and people are informative and helpful, there's some really really cool stuff that happens in the comments on this channel, which is really, really neat. To see people answering each other's questions, offering up solutions, advice, and help. I want to see that continue, absolutely. There just came a point where I could see things were getting out of hand, and I was like, okay, let's pump the brakes on this. I don't know how to handle that entirely at this point, and I guess what I'm worried about is that I'm just gonna lose complete control over that at some point in the not too distant future, which is okay, and maybe I just need to moderate things a little bit less actively, let things work themselves out, and I will try to just respond to as many comments as I can. But unless people are being like abusive or racist, misogynistic, xenophobic, those people get banned instantly. But as things grow, and the reason that I'm kind of like leery about the whole like reaching 100,000, I mean, ultimately I would love to, yes, grow that. If I'm gonna have this production company that I wanna have someday, and if YouTube is a part of that process, yeah, then I would love to have millions of followers and have them all be super excited and engaged and active. But the bigger that following gets, the harder it is to maintain this really good conversation and the ability to communicate directly with people. And in that process, then it dilutes the quality, I feel like, of some of that communication. And I'm just worried about losing some of the magic, so to speak. I don't know if you feel that or see that or are worried about that yourselves. Maybe you're just fine hanging out, sitting, listening to me and moving on. But I know that that's been one of the coolest parts for me, is the conversations that have been able to happen. So I'm just kind of worried that as we grow and it gets completely out of control and I get to the point where I just can't even read or respond to all the comments every day. That's going to be kind of sad. It's a good thing. Like, it's good to get to that point. It's a problem that is generated by success, but it's still kind of a sad thing. There was something that was scurrying by outside. There's supposedly a rat in the courtyard. And it might have been the rat running around out there. I don't know. I don't actually know if that there's actually a rat. There's just rumors in the rumor mill over here. Anyways, that's where I would like to be within the next year. I don't know what it's going to look like. Things have gone so well this year and grown progressively, and it's so good to take time to look back over the year, to be grateful for everything that's happened, to see that, yeah, I am this close to really being like absolutely beyond the shadow of a doubt full time at what I'm doing. And that is so cool to see and so encouraging, especially because I've spent so many years feeling absolutely downcast and uncertain and feeling like I'm never gonna make it. I'm never gonna be able to survive this. This is never gonna go. And to see that changing course is magical. I'm really, really fortunate. So thank you for being a part of that. I can't wait to see what the next year looks like and how what will this conversation look like in a year? What will it look like for me to say, wow, this last year, and hopefully it's filled with good stuff and not horrible or bad things. That would be really good. The last year was overall pretty freaking amazing. What is the next year gonna look like? I don't know, hopefully good. Anyways, if you enjoyed this, please do subscribe if you haven't obeyed the sign already. Again, I'm getting Ruben tonight. He'll be staying here in my tiny little room with me for a couple of days. But we're gonna do a bike tour tomorrow morning is the plan. And then Pushan and he and I are all going to go and do a most Instagrammable spots of Paris. We're gonna do the basics. Pushan and I are talking about it. We're gonna kind of level up over time to give you like, here's the basic stuff, the absolutely like the easy ones to get to, the must-dos, and then we'll kind of work our way up to some harder and harder ones that are like more difficult to find, maybe a little bit trickier to shoot, but definitely worth it. We're just gonna try to give away all of our secrets. So be sure to stick around for that. And I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning for a bike ride. And hopefully it's not raining. It's nice and cool today, but hopefully it's not raining tomorrow. And tilt the camera up.